Good morning, everybody. Happy Vlogmas Day 20, Sunday, December 20th. It has been a very, very productive weekend, but guys, I did not sleep very well last night or the night before. My back has been hurting. Still, it was getting better, and then last night it started hurting pretty bad again. I'll get through it. I'll be fine. But anyway, so I didn't close out the vlog last night. Basically, we just watched The Mandalorian till 1:30 in the morning, and we finished it, and it was pretty good. I feel like it was a little overhyped, but it was. I think this season was better than the last season, so that's like saying something. So anyway, while I was watching The Mandalorian, I finished another pair of socks. So I finished 2 socks in one day, which is really awesome. One of them I started and finished. This one I've been working on a little bit each day. So these are my Cozy Knitter Advent socks. They're shorties. These I did the first 19 stripes of the 24 in this skein, I did the first 19 stripes of 24 in this pair, and then because I was making shorties, I didn't get all 24 stripes in there, but I started a second pair last night. So I've got all the way to my heel rib. I went ahead and did today's stripes. So I have day 19, 20, 21. And I did today's stripe because tomorrow's stripe. I did today and tomorrow's stripe because I wanted to get past the heel because I didn't want my stitch markers to sit on my table for 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, whatever. Anyway, so I just went ahead and worked into day 22 and 23. So yeah, I am really enjoying these. Also, I put in a contrasting heel on these. So I just found some of this kind of like mulberry color yarn, 20-gram mini, and use that for my heels, and I still have enough to put the heels in on the other ones. I don't know why, but like I think I get really annoyed by self-striping yarn sometimes when it's like off by that much. Like I started at the exact same spot, and somehow by the end I was not there, which is really throwing off the second part, because you can see the amount of purple on this cuff versus, oh, hang on, the amount of purple on this one, and it's not like a huge difference. It's only like a row or two. It's hard to tell in the camera, but it's only like a row or two, but on the end of the sock, it's gonna basically be worse than this. Like it's gonna be, I don't know. Anyway, you're gonna be able to tell by the end of the sock, which is fine because I will probably mix and match these anyway. So we'll see. So I am way behind on editing vlogs. I have 3 vlogs to edit. I have 2 make-along videos I need to edit, so I'm going to sit down and do that and get caught up on my jigsaw puzzle shop because I'm 3 days behind. I'm not 3 days behind, I'm 2 days behind plus today. So I'm going to start putting those in and start editing. So check in later. Good. I almost said good morning. It's definitely not morning. It is. We still haven't painted this wall. It is 10 o'clock at night. Today was so just laid back and low-key. I really was not feeling well. My back, I know I'm a broken record, was really hurting really bad again today. It's feeling much better now, and I have not been taking anything for it just because what I was taking wasn't working. So I'm not going to keep taking something that doesn't work. So anyway, I literally slept my entire day away pretty much. I didn't sleep it away. I laid around all day. Like I laid on the couch from probably 1:30 p.m. to 6:30. And then I got up and it was feeling much better. So apparently it needed me to just slow down and stop for a little bit. But anyway, today, I mean, even with that happening, it's still been a pretty productive day. I was able to edit 4 of the 5 videos, and I think I'm about to edit the 5th one. We'll see how I feel after I record this. So 4 of the 5 videos that needed to be edited are edited. The last one, the 4th one, is uploading onto YouTube now, which is a really long one. It's over an hour long. I tried to cut it down as much as possible, but I'm showing you guys how I knit a pair of socks. And so it was basically 8 hours of footage shrunk down as much as I could. So I hope you guys enjoy it when it comes out. That will be the Christmas Eve video. Tomorrow, I am sharing with you my favorite baked potato soup recipe. And then the day after that is, I believe, graham cracker pudding, which is a family recipe. It's so yummy. And then the day after that is the decorative Christmas trees, and then it'll be Christmas Eve, and that's the socks. And those are the last videos. I'll have another little fun video on Christmas Day, but yeah, I just have to edit yesterday's vlog and get that up. I edited Thursday and Friday's vlogs and posted those earlier this morning. But I have been working on my jigsaw puzzle shawl, and it's really hard to show. But I basically did this triangle section right here, this whole thing right here, today, and then I started section 19, and I'm a little over halfway with section 19, so I think I'll finish that up. And then I don't know what I'm gonna knit. I really wanted to finish my glide blanket or get as close to it as possible, but it just didn't happen. I didn't even pick it up this weekend. I was just too busy, but I only work 3 days this week, so hopefully I can have it cast off by Christmas Eve. We'll see how it goes. But I also had a few more questions in some of the videos that I have posted. I'll start with spinning, and this is probably the last time I'm going to talk about the spinning video. I don't know what the confusion is, because I keep, and it'd be different if people were saying, oh, here's another great way to do what you did, but instead they're saying, why don't you do it this way? And that's a little bit frustrating for me, because I made it very clear in the video that the way that I showed how I spin my yarn is my favorite way to spin yarn. Like, I don't want to change it. Like, I really like the way I do it. So, I'm not sure why people are telling me to do it differently, but I also think that they do have great points, and they are great suggestions for other newer spinners. So, I'm trying to take it. Like, I think it's great for other people that may be watching that video and then reading those comments to get some more ideas as a beginner spinner. But for me, I really like the way I do it, and I don't want to change it. So I'm happy with the way it is. It took me a lot of tweaking to get to the process that I use now. So just putting a disclosure out there, same things with the socks. Like, I am all for putting tips for other knitters in the comments on those videos, but don't tell me to change something, or don't say, why don't you do it this way? Because that, I don't want to. That's why. I could, but I don't want to. Anyway, so there's that. And then also, I don't need any comments about my diet. I appreciate the thoughtfulness, and I appreciate the comments, but it's I see a therapist. I am being monitored by, like, I know what I'm doing, so I don't need anybody to give me helpful recipes would be great, like, or ways to stay on track are amazing, or things that you have found that have given you, like, support when you're trying to lose weight have been really awesome, would be awesome, but don't tell me not to do something. that's not okay. I understand that everybody has their own opinions and they have their own life experiences, and that's fine, but you don't need to tell me what to do. And I'm trying to say that in the most politest way possible, because I'm not angry at anybody. I'm not upset with anybody. It does get old. You are just one person telling me your opinion, but I just keep in mind, you're not the only one that is telling me your opinion. Like, I get flooded with opinions every time I post a video, so I don't need it. I'm sorry. The only opinions I really care about are my doctors, my families, my therapists, my friends. Like, honestly, like, and that's not to say anything against you guys. It's just, I don't know you personally, and I don't know what your qualifications are, and so I'm going to listen to the people that are close in my life and that I love and trust, and I know what their qualifications are. So I really hope you don't think that I'm being mean, because that's not my intention. I just wanted to address that. And the last thing that I got was, somebody has asked me to talk about my job a little bit more. And I know that I have done this on Instagram in the past, and I'm pretty sure I've done it on YouTube, but I don't really remember what I've said. So if you've heard this and you don't want to hear it again, I don't know if it was during Vlogmas or a podcast or whatever. So instead of like referring that person to like a previous video, I'm just going to talk about it here. Because I think there was a new question that came up that I don't think I have been asked before. But if you're not interested in this, feel free to skip ahead. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I get it. Sometimes hearing about somebody's job is not that exciting. So, but somebody had asked me what I do for work, because they noticed that I do work from home, but that I have a lot of meetings. And then they also asked me if I went to school for the job that I have. So, yes. So let's start at what I do. So I am what's called a change agent for a local mortgage company. It's AKA project manager. The difference between being a project manager is that I do not have my PNP certification yet. Basically, my job is I work, again, it's a mortgage company. So anytime there is an investor changes the way that we need to service a loan, or there is a federal change, like the OCC, which is the Officer of the Comptroller of the Currency, that regulates banking. Anytime they come out with a new law, a rule, anytime there's a state change or a federal change, then basically my job is to make sure that all the departments within the company comply with those changes. So if they are not in compliance, which is fine, because normally we have a deadline, they'll come out with an announcement that tells us you now have to do this instead of this. So they'll say, but you have to do it by June 2021. So my job is to basically figure out which departments it impacts in the company, and then work with those departments to make sure that they change their processes or their technology systems or whatever they need to change before that deadline. And there's a whole lot more to it than that, because there's also like, we ourselves are regulated. So like, there's certain documentation that we have to have. That is why I'm in meetings all day, because my job is to facilitate conversations between the different departments and the resources. So I set up meetings for the department and the technology engineers, or the department and the tech writer that's going to write their new procedures, or the department and the legal and compliance group that needs to make sure that their procedures are compliant with all legal standards. So that's why I'm in so many meetings. I schedule a lot of the meetings and I lead a lot of the meetings, because I'm asking the questions and I'm documenting the answers, essentially. Sometimes it's a little more involved because the line of business is kind of in the weeds and they need additional resources. And sometimes it's a little less involved because the line of business has their own resources to do the changes. So, anyway, this past year, and I can't talk about like specifics of what the changes were, but this past year I basically was on a project that involved, COVID changes. So that is why I have had a really busy year. What did I do? I did go to school for my job. I started out entry level in a department that was responsible for maintaining vacant and abandoned houses. And I started to go to school for my business administration degree, just so that I could have some more skills to do the things I needed to do at work. So I got an associate's degree in business administration. And then from there, I really started to think about like what I wanted to do at that company. And I had job shadowed a change agent, and I really liked what they did. And there really is no degree other than a master's in project management for a PM. So I got a generalized degree. I have a bachelor's in organizational leadership, which is really awesome because it gave me a lot of, so it basically trained me for any organizational leadership role. So I could go work for a nonprofit organization. I could work for any business really in a management role or a project manager role, or even like a business counseling role, HR role. So basically that's what my degree is for. But it's not a generalized degree, or it's a generalized degree. It's not a specific degree like my husband has. My husband has a bachelor's. Oh my gosh, he has 4 degrees. He has an associate's in art because he took so many personal interest classes in art history. He has an associate, and he loves art. Like, he loves going to museums. He loves learning about art. Like, he loves art. Anyway, and he also has a associates of science because he was a pre-med major. And but when he transferred to university, he had decided that he did not want to go to med school, which happens quite often with doctors. Most pre-med students do not end up becoming doctors, which is a good thing because when you transfer from pre-med, when you start going to like getting your gen eds out of the way and you start going to like your main classes, it's not for everybody, and that's okay. And the professor was talking on their first day about like how much time it takes away from your family, how much in debt you will be. A lot of people think doctors make a lot of money, but they actually have a lot of debt. And there's also so many different types of areas that you can specialize in. So anyway, Jason just wasn't happy, and he decided that it wasn't from him, and that's okay. And so he switched to and I just asked him. We had been married for about a year at that point, and I was like, well, what do you want to do? Like, what do you like doing? What do you enjoy doing? He's like, well, I really like working with computers. I like video games and things like that. And so he went to university for an MIS degree, which is management of information systems. So he has a bachelor's in that. And then he really liked the leadership aspect of it. So then he went on to get his master's in project management. So he has a MBA. So yeah, that's the fun spiel about what we do. And we both work from home right now. Jason was working from home full time at the old company he worked for. And then he switched companies, and he was working in the office for about 2 years. And then because of COVID, he has been home full time. And they did sell off one of his buildings at work. So we're pretty sure that he's probably going to be home full time, or at least part-time, even after COVID. And so I am I am home full-time right now, but previous to this, my job was part-time in, part-time out. So I went into the office about 2 days a week, and then I would work from home 3 days a week. And it just kind of depends on what projects you've got going on and your boss and your schedule, just how often you actually are in the office. But there's a lot of flexibility, fortunately. But anyway, that was a lot. I hope it wasn't too annoying, but it actually worked out because I didn't do a whole lot of filming today, so I'm glad that I got that question. And because it gave me some content. And it might have been very boring for some of you because you guys know that I can ramble. But anyway, I think that's it. I'm going to go try to edit yesterday's vlog, which I don't think is very long. Spent a lot of yesterday knitting, so I don't think and I also think I forgot to end the vlog yesterday again. Whatever, it happens. I get tired, and I think we went to bed at like 2 a.m. last night. So anyway, I'm gonna go edit the vlog, knit, and then probably watch a few podcasts before I go to bed. I don't know if I'll pick up anything to knit after this. I don't really want to work on my glamping blanket this late, but it'll just depend on how I feel. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog, even though it was mostly just chatting about my job. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.